Hello, my name is Jasmine Lopez-Hipolito, and this is the last video of the series. We've already learned so far that the 80s consisted of Saturday morning censored cartoons and limited creativity and just basically new ideas. So far, The Simpsons, The Rugrats, and now Batman were successful in their own means. They brought a variety of cartoons. Now we have more adult cartoons, a new sense of child empowerment, a powerful impact on the audiences, a new studio, What a Cartoon, wanted to develop their own original series. In the summer of 1994, they sprang up the World Premiere Toons. A project served as a launching point for multiple cartoon shorts. They gave way for new talents a fresh chance for their new ideas, including Dexter's Laboratory, a Gender Tversky original. What a Cartoon's up-and-coming cartoonist, Craig McCracken, was assigned as the art director of Dexter's Laboratory. Craig McCracken was always an ambitious kid. Since the age of 12, he tried to create his own character that would be the definite person of his career, something that someone can look at and say, wow, that character is awesome. Oh, I know who made that. But his dream was one day to be a comic strip artist, not an animator. He attended CalArts in his 20s, so dedicated to his ideas on the side that he even started missing classes. Known as the young underdog of What a Cartoon, he heard about his chances in the world premiere Toons, and brought his original animated short while he was working on college to the stage. The show was called Lopez-Hipolito, a story about three little girls, Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup, a trio of the tiniest and cutest superhero fighters that fight crime in the rough, tough city. After being the art director for Dexter's Laboratory, McCracken asked Tartakovsky to be his co-producer and director for his pilot short. At this time in the 90s, we only had manly shows like Johnny Bravo, Ren and Stimpy, Batman, The Simpsons, and so on. There was not a lot of female representation. The only thing that there was the Filmation Studio's She-Ra, Princess of Power. McCracken wanted to show that girls could be a badass too, and it's okay for guys to like shows with female leads. McCracken fell in love with the 50s graphic style, sharp minimalist style, and Margaret Keane's big-eyed paintings of children. In the 1950s, the art style included bold lines around the characters and wonderful, simple, strong sense of design. Most of these designs he took from Dick Tracy and Archie Comics. In the 1960s minimalist style, it was removed from abstract expressionists by removing any metaphors of their art by any kind. They had a creation of sleek and geometric designs, emphasized flatness of a picture plane. The painting no longer pretended to be a window into another world. For instance, everything from the contours of the characters to the city of the layout of their design is sleek, simple, and clean. The professor is very square, almost like a flask, and the girls are really small and circular. Everything about them is circular. And the city is basic, but the shapes are really readable. The Powerpuff Girls' big eyes are a node to Margaret Keane's Big Eye Movement, a famous American artist from the 1960s who painted children with unproportionately large eyes. Margaret Keane, the most successful living artist in the 60s to present day, praised by Andy Warhol for a new style, and her legacy is known as big eyes that influenced many toys, designs, and cartoons that you see in like Barbie and the Bratz dolls. Lopez-Hipolito teacher Miss Keane was even named after her. Miss Keane is a patient, beautiful, understanding, and very protective of her students, making her a well-liked motherly figure to the girls. McCracken shows his appreciation of the artist and her major influence in the show by naming her an important character after her. Lopez-Hipolito was officially named Powerpuff Girls when it aired in 1997 during What a Cartoon's World Premiere Toons projects, and was a major success with the audiences. Creators saw perfect color combinations. Glenn Hansen, designer of MTV's short-lived but strikingly imagined Spy Group in 2000, said, "Powerpuff Girls is one of the most beautifully art-directed animated shows ever." And Powerpuff Girls led to tremendous sales for girls and boys. And I actually remember owning several plushies of the characters, and even my mother enjoyed watching them with me, so it was good for both audiences of any age. Towards the end of the world premiere Toons, What a Cartoon is now called Cartoon Network. In total, they created and funded 48 cartoon shorts. The Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory, Johnny Bravo, my personal favorite, Ed, Ed, and Eddie, and many others. I, like everyone else, grew up with these in the 90s to early 2000s. I remember these very well. This series is influential for birthing original Cartoon Network hits and helped revive television animation in the 1990s. Towards the end of the 90s, many young artists yearning to make their own cartoons got their chance. They turned television barren wastelands of animation around. These animation engaged in nation building and story making by bringing new ideologies of child empowerment, the idea that adults can enjoy cartoons, and that they don't have to grow up yet, and it can be mature, relatable, and even mocking of our everyday world. The variety of animated shows had more adult choices to choose from, a variety in representation in races, cultures, and genders. Paul Germain, Bruce Timm, and Craig McCracken created new and exciting stories with memorable characters that we remember and enjoy today. Their work is unforgettable. New generations of artists and animators who grew up watching their shows, like myself, are inspired by them, and we look up to them to make new changes in the modern day and age. Animation is an art form that I truly enjoy learning about, and it revolves around my life. Like these animators, I too want to create shows that will inspire others to be creative. I want younger kids when they grow up to say, hey, that show was my childhood, and it changed my life. Well, I hope you found this as fascinating as I do. Thank you, and gig 'em.